everybody. Thank you for watching Built on the Rock Homestead. I really appreciate you watching my videos. And I just milked the goats. This has just been strained, just came out of the goats. I actually got more than this. But all I need right now is this, because I have been craving milkshakes or smoothies or something like that, and a friend of mine went to the big town, small, I'm not sure if it would classify as a city, but it was big enough to have a major grocery store and a Walmart and that kind of thing. And I asked her to pick me up some yogurt. And the reason for that is not because I want to eat yogurt or store-bought yogurt. But if you buy organic yogurt that lists the cultures in the name on the package, they actually will list the names of all the cultures used, and it's organic. And now this one is Greek. She couldn't find anything else except Greek, but that's okay. Don't have to use as much of the store-bought yogurt. But if you're going to make homemade yogurt with your goat's milk, you can either buy an actual yogurt culture somewhere, or you can just pick up some organic yogurt that already contains the cultures. Yeah, this is made with cow's milk, but that's okay. And really, I'm not even going to put this in a special container or anything. And we've been in this massive heat wave. To give you an idea, it's been above 110 for days now. Today it's cooled off. We're supposed to be under 110. But I'm just going to take some yogurt and stick it in. Now, if it wasn't so hot, you could put it in the oven, wrap it up in towels and stick it in the oven and let the pilot light keep it warm. You want to keep the temperature at 100. Now, a goat's natural temperature is 102.5. That's perfect. That would be like 98.6 in a human. They can range from 101 to 103.5. And so, since it just came from the goat, I don't need to heat it up. If I was taking this out of the refrigerator, I would have to heat it up to above like 110, 120, but you really don't need to heat it up. Unless you want it pasteurized, you don't need to heat it up above that. And then make sure it's tight. Just shake it up some to get that yogurt all mixed up. And honestly, I'm thinking of maybe wrapping it in a towel, because it is cool outside. It's really nice at the moment, but it's like not even 10 a.m. But I think I'll get a towel and just put it outside for some hours and maybe check on it this afternoon. The longer you let it sit, the thicker it's likely to get, but the more tart it's likely to get. But I plan on blending this up with some fruit and just enjoying it that way. So I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on yogurt making. Since we're so hot, I'm not really worried about the temperature like I would if it was winter, or like if the temperature was only going to get up today, I'd be more concerned in keeping this up to temperature. But since we're supposed to hit 100, they're saying anywhere between 103 and 109 today, so I'm not really worried about temperature. But I'm going to enjoy some smoothies this week. So hope this little quick tutorial gives you ideas on how to, even if you don't have a goat, you can get cow's milk and make your own yogurt. You don't have to keep, this was, I think it was $4.50 for this. And that gets a bit pricey if you're making smoothies all the time. If you don't have dairy goats or cows or whatever, you can just buy cow's milk buy the gallon at the grocery store and make your own yogurt. So, hope this helps you and gives you ideas. You have a nice day. And thanks so much for watching. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm inching towards 900, and my goal is to hit 1,000 this year. And it'd be great if, you know, and watch some of my other videos. That helps so much. So I really appreciate you watching this video, and you have a wonderful day. It's been a very busy day. This morning I had a lot to do, so I just milked the goats, did everything I needed to do, got in the truck, took off, and it was afternoon by the time I got home. And I walked into the house, and one thing about my house is the water that comes out that feeds all the garden, the chickens, the gardens, and this stock tank right here, it's tapped into where my kitchen sink is, the faucet or the water pipes that go up to the kitchen sink. That's where it's tapped into, right underneath the house. And so when I walk into the house, I immediately heard rushing water. Now, if I flush the toilet, I'll hear water running. If a pipe breaks somewhere, I will hear the water running. If I have a sprinkler on, I will have the water running. If water is being fed through the pipes to any of the sprinklers, to filling up, like if I start filling up the pools for the ducks and I forget to turn the water off, I will hear it in the house. It is really kind of loud. Now, I know not people with hearing problems, like a lot of older men, don't hear it. So it must be in that frequency, but I hear it really loud. And when I came home today, I instantly heard that noise. So first I was like, because I had the sprinkler going this morning and it wasn't that. Looked around and finally I came out here. What are you doing, girl? Well, it didn't take long to know what the problem is. This whole entire area was just flooded, and you kind of can see, it soaks in, but it's squishy. It had a ton of water. And so it didn't take me long to figure out what happened. Yeah, the pipe, this hose that goes to the tank, the pressure, the pump, it totally separated. And since we put a cutoff right here, and that was put in so I could cut the water off just to this tank for whenever I needed to clean it. And so I just turned the water off right there, so nothing else is affected. Only this tank is the water's, that's the only place that the water's turned off. So I could still use the garden hose right here to water stuff over there. Or if I wanted to hook up that hose that's lying on the ground, it's so bright I can't see the camera. I could, I can still use the faucet there. But I guess it's time to clean that tank. Hasn't been too bad, but I've already called my neighbor. I've tried to fix those clamps. Those kind of clamps that you just tighten, that's all that it needs, and clearly needs a new one, which I've got a ton of those. I got bags of all different sizes, so that's not an issue. But I'm just not strong enough to tighten it. No matter how hard I try, it's always leaks. But my wonderful neighbor friend, I already contacted him. He can use his screwdriver, drill, whatever, and he can get it super tight, and he'll have it fixed in no time. And he'll come over next week. I'm going to let the animals drain this tub for me, and then next Monday, Tuesday, sometime really next week, it shouldn't take too long to drain, and if I need to, I can always just use the hose to fill up the tank, and it gets emptied quicker than Monday or Tuesday, because we already hit 100 today. We're going to be hitting 100 every day all over the weekend. It's supposed to be like 105 or whatever. It's going to be hot, so they may be drinking a lot more. And if they do, I'll just clean it and then fill it up with the garden hose. No big deal. The other tank gets filled up with the garden hose. And then on a nice morning next week, my neighbor will come and fill it up. If you don't have something like I do where you can just hear the water rushing if the pipe breaks out somewhere, then you need to figure out a way to make it so you know what's happening. Maybe on a regular basis you walk your property and check all your hoses. I don't know. Well, honestly, like this one, if I hadn't found it when I did, I just fed this girl. I would have found it early, when I did that, but it would have been much more flooded here. But it's good to check all your hoses. If you don't have a way of knowing that something is wrong, because like me, if you can't hear that something, that a pipe, I instantly knew when that water was rushing, I knew there was water flowing somewhere. If you don't have that, then you need to make a conscious effort to check all your water systems on a regular basis, because hey, it's been a very long time since I've had a pipe bust like this, and this will be a super easy fix. But it does happen occasionally, and it's the quicker you can get the water turned off and start addressing the problem, the better.